Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back in the studio again with another great episode for you. And you already know who I got with me, the ultimate, the major, the Mr.
Toi.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah, that was a real good one.
The reverberation.
Yeah, you felt it low-key vibrate a little bit. I like that. It felt like something hitting the water just now, like.
That was perfect.
Yes. So we got another great episode coming for you guys, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I see you feeling good today, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, a good day at church. Cool. Crazy weekend, but like all in good spirits though.
All good spirits. That's what really matters, man. No, I feel you. You know, it's had a birthday week, so yeah, enjoyable, man. Enjoyable. So so having this week go by made me think a lot, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about choices today. And we actually have some special guests with us today. They may not talk a lot. We'll see how the vibe goes. But we're just glad they're to be in the room with us today and wanting a mic in front of them. So we just want to say we appreciate you guys. Bring it to the microphone. We got Mr. Will, Miss Bre. How you guys doing today?
Doing incredible.
Yes. And Dom, I know these your friends?
Yes.
How long you guys know each
No,
other
we just
for?
met him on the street.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it was honestly today. Like they just came out with some chisme or Spanish for tea, and I was like, "Y'all trying to roll through?" And they said, "Yeah." And then, I'm gonna let y'all share that information on what y'all just did or what Bre just did, but that's on y'all.
Yeah.
But I known Will for a minute through another friend, and then met Bre last year, and then they just started dating. So yeah, good friends. Instant vibe, and then growing relationship with Will. So I appreciate them for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for being with us today, man. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out today and joining us. So we should have some fun today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Welcome.
Okay, welcome. Cool. Yeah, she's excited now. Now she's gonna talk. I love it. Yes. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk a little bit about choices and what comes with making choices a little bit. Mistakes, blessings, everything. Because choices is kind of the only true thing that we have in life. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Matrix before, but
Big Matrix fan.
a little bit.
Only because of me, I made him watch.
Keep making them watch.
Yeah, make him watch the last all three of them. I haven't watched the fourth one yet.
Oh, I have.
You good?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. Once it drops on HBO Max, I'm gonna watch that bad.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it all actually. Shoot.
Oh my gosh, you have
That's what I
to.
did before I watched the last one. I was like, I'm watching the whole time.
Yes. And rewatching it now at this age really blew your mind too, because one thing that really stuck with me throughout the movie was, so the Matrix is a computer program. Technically, you're in an artificial thing, so like you're in a video game. But they talked about how the thing that made the Matrix feel real was the opportunity to have choices in the Matrix, and
Red
that's
pill,
what
blue pill.
Yeah, exactly. Red pill, blue pill, and that's what the architect was talking about. We made one Matrix, but they didn't really have choice, so they thought it was too fake. Nobody believed it was real because they didn't have choice, and like the humans need choice to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to talk about choices today. And my first question for everybody, whoever wants to jump on it first, is like, what are some of the hardest choices that we have to make in life? I know we're jumping in kind of deep already, but
I have no problem.
and what makes them hard? How about that? What are the hard choices? What makes them hard?
I guess I'll go first. I would say, honestly, it's kind of like a combination of things, but I would say direction of life and the relationships you build along with it. And the reason why it's so hard is just because it doesn't seem like it at first, but it does weigh in heavily for how your life is going to go along, as you move on.
Right.
So like something small, or honestly like the choice of habit. What type of habits are you choosing to do?
Right.
What type of people are you planning to hang out with on the daily? Who's keeping you in your inner circle? Because that builds and like constructs the path of life that you lead.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do make relationships and you do make these choices, but when you're faced with the decision that you got to make, sometimes you do have to let things go, or sometimes you do have to take a different path, and sometimes you're just not used to being able to want to, I don't want to say it, make such a heavy decision.
Right.
Because unfortunately we can't go back in this world. We can't reverse time. We can't time travel.
Right. You can't hit reset. You know, it's not a video game. You can't hit that reset button.
So,
yeah,
that's kind of how I feel about it. Those are my two big hardest decisions in life, honestly.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one. I think, you know, you threw out something major right there was the choice of going for, you know, what I need to do, what I want to do. You know, I think that's like a major choice that people have going. I know Triv says it the best. The choice of chasing your highest excitement at the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times we get lost in that choice because, you know, for example, do I want to wash the dishes or do I want to watch a movie? You know, a movie sounds fun, you know. I'd rather watch a movie right now. And then sometimes we'll make the choice to watch a movie, but then now the dishes is stacking up and they're getting stinky now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that's like one of the major things right there that we struggle with in life for sure, is the choice of what do I need to do in this moment? Am I trying to have fun in this moment, or I'm really trying to focus on myself, you know? Do I need to go out to the club? Do I want to go out to the club, or do I want to try to save money and sit in the house, you know? Do I want to work overtime, or do I want to get off work and go take a nap? You know, whatever the choice is.
And what comes with that too is like thinking ahead of the game. Because if you fail to think ahead of the game, then you don't realize the consequences that may come and follow you, whether that's good or bad.
Right.
So,
I mean, for me, what popped into my head is like boundaries with people.
Ooh, I love boundaries. Yes.
Yeah, because like a lot of the times people are so scared of like what other people think, and at the end of the day, you need to create boundaries in order to like protect yourself, protect the people around you, or protect your career, you know. And there's nothing wrong with having different relationships with different people. Like,
Amen.
Yeah, like just because Will and Donovan have like their own friendship, that doesn't mean that my relationship with Donovan is gonna be the same type of friendship.
Right.
Everybody has different, you know, attributes or consequences in creating those relationships that you were talking about, and you have to be that person to be like, here's my boundary, or even create boundaries as you go. You know, people change.
People change. Sometimes you gotta build up a wall around you.
Exactly. So like you gotta make sure that, you know, when you see an opportunity where you need to create a boundary, you need to change something in that relationship, you need to do that.
Yes. No, that's beautiful. And one thing I really want to touch on that what you said is the idea that you have to treat everybody differently. Like, everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect, you know, you can't treat Will like you treat Donovan. You know, Donovan can't treat me like he treat Will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all different people and we all need to be respected in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that right there is that's an amazing choice. I'm like, how do I treat this person today? You know?
Yeah.
Like, do I tell this person everything in life? Or is this a person I should tell stuff like this because he might blab it out to everybody else? You know, maybe this is not the person for the secret.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I love that. Yeah. Anyone add on that, Donovan?
I think I'm cool on that. I mean, it just helps facilitate and filter out the things that you allow in your life. And then again, it just all comes together in terms of molding your path.
Right. So then that leads me to my next question then is, what do you think the fear is behind making the choices then? Like the true fear behind it? Like,
I can't say this one goes along with everybody. But if I were to ask like a rhetorical question, it's like, well, you know, on basic theology, what's the last day on earth? What do they call that? Judgment Day. And just judgment from other people, judgment from whatever you believe in, or judgment from yourself at that matter. And it's like, it's just the checks and balances on what you're willing to risk to potentially be judged in a certain way. And then you just have to take into account, well, does that judgment really matter in this situation?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that, I completely agree. I was thinking right and wrong, you know? Every choice that we make make, I feel like is always perceived as right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like especially in today's society with instant gratification,
Yes.
yeah, people don't always, like, it's okay to not know the answer right away. And it's also okay to be wrong, to make the wrong decision according to somebody else, but maybe to another person it's the right decision.
Right.
It goes all back to the, everybody is different.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day is, who do you want to become, and
What are you willing to do for it?
right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. You want to add on that, Will?
I'm good. I'm just enjoying the vibes.
No, I feel you.
What do you think, bro?
So one thing I was going to talk about was, with the fear of it, Mr. Adam talked about this in one of his classes, which was pretty deep. And he talks about how a lot of our fear is always rooted to the worst fear of all, which is death, And it's like a lot of people hesitate to make choices because they feel that at some point this choice is going to be so bad that it's going to kill them. You know what I'm saying? This one choice is going to be so bad that they're going to die.
Especially when the emotions are higher in the moment.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's one of the best tips I heard from Mr. Maxwell. The idea of stepping back and, you don't have to make a decision right now.
No.
You can take a step back and breathe for a
Exactly.
second. You say, I need a moment to make this decision. Definitely you feel it's big and it's giving you anxiety or something. Take that step back and be like, hold on, I can't make the decision right this moment.
Yeah.
And to kind of side note on that too, if you ask for that space and somebody's not willing to respect that, well, depending on the situation, of course, but if nobody's willing to respect that or keep pressing you, then you need to evaluate and make another choice on whether you want that person in your life or not.
You need to create a boundary.
That.
Create a boundary.
Literally that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full circle again. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. So this is gonna lead me to one of my next questions. Then is can we get a possible example of you making a good choice that turned out a choice you thought was good that turned out to be bad? What would an example of that be?
I'll pass that one to you first.
I mean, I'm ready if y'all want to do that. I'll go first.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Let me think about this.
So for me, it's it's kind of I'm being transparent here, so don't judge me. But a while ago, work has been hard for me, whatever. So I was struggling with money, and I had to make a choice of what bill to pay, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, I'm not gonna pay my car insurance. I'm gonna pay the car note. I'm gonna pay for the car, but I'm not gonna pay for the insurance. I'm just gonna ride clean. No speeding. No bad turns, no running, no lights, nothing like that. I'm gonna do what I have to do to make sure I don't get pulled over.
Right.
And hope the angels on our side, they're not gonna see no cop my way, right? Or they're gonna turn their heads right when they see me, whatever it is. And at the time, it made like a good choice because I was able to pay some other bills, make sure the lights was good, catch up with some other stuff. But then later on, it backfired 6-7 months later, where it was time to renew my car insurance. I got my insurance turned back on at some point. It was only off like 2 months. But by the time it was time to renew my car was declined because I lost insurance for those 2 months. And those who aren't from Nevada, insurance is mandatory out here. And if you don't have insurance, they'll call the DMV, let the DMV know, and they'll suspend your registration pretty much.
Right.
So it was like, I thought it was a good choice at first, but then boom, it shot me in the back like, nah, you probably shouldn't have did that, player.
Right.
But it led to other things, but
I mean, it's all a lesson at the end of the day.
it was a lesson. I learned the ultimate lesson out there. Like, okay, don't not pay your insurance.
Always pay your insurance.
Always pay your insurance. Yeah, always pay your insurance.
I was gonna say, did you want to go next?
Yeah, I actually, that made me think of, just recently, I guess not just recently, but close to this time, I lent a lot of money to someone close to me, and money isn't important to me. Like, I've never looked at it as like, yes,
I need it.
yeah, like yes, we need it because of course, like roof over your head, food, bills, car.
Right.
You need that stuff, but I never looked at it as so important. And so when somebody that I care about or love is going through a hard time,
help.
yeah, exactly. When they ask for money, it's like nothing. Like, I'll whatever. that put me in a bad position with my bills, and is currently putting me in a bad position. So, you know, at the time, you know, it was, I'm gonna do whatever I can for the people that I love, but realizing also that, you know, that comes at a cost to me to a certain extent, because it's gonna come back on me. Like, if they're not able to give me that money back, or,
Exactly.
you know, whatever, I'm gonna be out that, and then I'm left to that was my choice. I made that choice. Doesn't matter why I made the choice, but I did, and now I'm in the position that I'm in, and I have to deal with that. So
Right, and that's where that boundary kind of comes into play too.
absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes you can only learn that through trial and error.
Yeah, and it's gonna be hard. Like, money isn't important, like I said, but, you know, you do need money to pay your bills and, you know, do what you gotta do.
Right. Understandable. I love it.
I'll probably say, well, there's two things, and we talked about it once before in another episode, but like, well, first of all, the general sense is like not following my gut.
Yes.
And like not trusting myself and my intuition to guide me in the right place, and
beautiful.
still trying to figure out what those certain feelings like are trying to tell me in the first place. So
Right.
when I went out that night after that one episode with CJ, right?
Right.
Yeah. You know, drank, even though I thought I made a good decision by going in my car, laying the seat back, and turning the AC on. Unfortunately, in Nevada and some other states, if it's on, then
If you're in the driver's seat.
yeah, if you're in operation of the vehicle, and it doesn't even have to be on actually. If you have the keys and you're in the position to operate the vehicle, that is technically a DUI. And that's still slapping me in the ass. Like, fucking damn near 6 months later.
Right.
And I just have to go to court, have to pay like a 9-10 fine, I have to do 12 AA meetings upon like a couple other things, and it kind of sucks. But I mean, at least I know now that, okay, might as well just Uber home, not even take the chance of risking it, or at least call somebody or something.
Right.
So, you know, seemed like a good decision, seemed like that, you know, I can just go out and have fun by myself, and
Right.
you know, I can just go in my car and sleep, because I've seen a couple of my other friends do it. But
Right.
you know, unfortunately, that just bit me in the ass.
Right.
Another thing is overindulgence. And that comes with just probably like one of my biggest life lessons recently, and just when I was overindulging in substances. When I was up in Reno, I smoked for like literally a year straight, every single day. Smoked for a year straight. And then, you know, that just put me in a terrible mental space where like I'm fighting my depression. Like, again, I'll keep saying this. Most of my memories up in Reno is sitting on my bed at the TV with the bong between my legs, just in grayscale type thing, just because my senses are nulled, and you know how depression is and stuff like that. Just sitting, my ex sleeping in the back, and I'm just
There.
zoned.
Yeah.
And then in terms of how I found God, because I was rolling off Molly like damn near every other weekend and shit like that, and just getting myself into just unfortunate situations and putting my body at risk. So then when I passed out, honestly, again, I feel like at that moment I shouldn't be here today. I'm graced that he brought me out of that shit. But like, again, bad decision. I thought I was having fun. It seemed like a good idea in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed like fun, but turned out to be
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since then it's just able to take that lesson and divert my life in a different direction, even though it is difficult at times. But you know, it is what I gotta do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and that actually, you know, you connected something for me, because I went through, I mean, and Donovan and Will know this, but I went through a time where I was like a legitimate alcoholic. Every time I would have a sip of alcohol, I would just automatically black out. And at the time I thought like, oh yeah, I'm just having fun, like I'm in my 20s, you know, like
living in the moment.
right, exactly, like, oh yeah, like this is what I'm supposed to do at this point
At
in my
this
life.
age, yeah, that's what everybody says.
Right, and it got to a point where I tried to take my life because I was so intoxicated, and I just didn't even know my own
Your own thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. And it was so overwhelming. And that pushed me to really take a step back and be like, I do not want to be this person.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do what I need to do right now to not let that take over my life, basically.
Right.
And that's when I made the decision of like, I'm gonna take it day by day. I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm not gonna let this overcome me and like control my life. Like, I am in control of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I am responsible for the path that I'm taking, and I'm choosing not to take this path anymore.
And it makes it incredibly difficult when it's a habit that you already started, especially the longer.
It's something you've been rocking with for a long time. Yeah.
Right, and you don't think that you need help, but like that's the first step, is like literally being able to step back and be like,
I need help.
fuck, like I need help. Like
Yes.
I don't want to be this person right now.
Right.
And I don't want to be this person in the future.
Right.
So.
And so speaking of help, we're going to jump into our quick commercial break. This episode is brought to you by The Piece of Prana, hosted by and owned by Antera Jones. Please check out Antera. She offers so much. She's out here to help the world. She's a master Reiki healer, a metaphysics healer, an intuitive advisor, a channeler, and a tarot card reader. She offers many services such as tarot card and channeling messages, self-healing kits, cord cutting sessions, courses, and even ebooks that you can check out. So please check out Antera's website, peaceofprana.com. That is peace, P-E-A-C-E of prana, Prana.com for your services today. And I actually had a reading from her today. Amazing. Bomb. Very helpful. I appreciate her so much. She gave me so much insight, and she did all this in Bali.
Oh, yeah,
You know what
she's
I'm
still
saying?
out there, huh?
Yeah, she's still out there, and the whole time she's doing it, you hear chickens in the background, the birds chirping, the rain started.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm like, and she's on the patio, it's so peaceful. I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
I wish.
Man, one day, right?
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Yes, one day. So please check out The Piece of Prana by Antera Jones. She will help you out, I promise. All right. So let's go ahead and keep rocking and rolling, though. So let's go ahead and go to my next question. Then is, have you guys ever experienced a life choice that seems like it keeps coming back to you? Like you keep having to get the option to make this choice over and over again, and maybe it's like more of a lesson the universe trying to teach you to say go a different way. Have you guys ever experienced something like such?
Do you mean in the sense of
So
like being baited to make the wrong decision again, or being baited to make
being baited, exactly, being tempted to make that wrong decision again. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, for me, so I have this. I'm now trying to get to the point of I will not lend out money anymore. You know what I'm saying? I will not lend out any money to anybody anymore. And I feel like every time I say that is a time right on cue when somebody will text me saying, hey man, can I borrow something cheap too? Can I borrow $15? And I'll be like, oh, it's only $15. Fuck. I just said I wouldn't do it, but shit, he probably need it. And that's that's why I always feel like I fucking bite back on it and be like, all right, here you go. It's only $15, you can probably use it. And then somehow it backfires on me because I needed that $15 with some gas in my car or some meal that I could have had or something like that. And it's like, okay, I told myself again, now I won't try it again. So now I'm kind of waiting for the next opportunity so I can truly follow through with it. But yeah, if that makes sense at all.
I'll probably say, two things for me recently was honestly the recent rave binge that me and you guys have been on. Just like, I need rest, but like, fuck it, like
5 years.
Yeah. Just going in, and it's just like, okay, well, I'm just trying to enjoy myself and being free again, and like just trying to get my energy levels out. But also, I just need to realize that I need space. I need my time alone to recharge. Or like in my last relationship, it was just like I never allowed myself to have time for myself, and I just kept getting baited. I never allowed myself to put a boundary so I can do what I need to do. And then addiction, nicotine, fucking
Right there with you.
all the time. Yeah, it's just I'll see somebody smoking or I just get that itch because I'm not doing anything. And then it's like, I feel like I need to do something, and it's like, okay, 7-Eleven's right in the corner.
Right.
Or fucking, the parents have been,
hookah and all that
hookah and all
jazz.
that. Yeah, so it's just, at a certain point, it's just, I need to just hold to my boundary and have faith that if I hold out, then this is going to push me into a better direction, a better life path, so I can be more healthy, do what I want to do, and be free from having like a crutch or a need for something, So
I feel you on that one. I truly understand you on that one. And that's what's like crazy too. Like once you say, okay, I don't want to do this no more, that's when you walk in the house and it's sitting right there on the counter. And you're like, God damn. Like, I'm done eating pork, and you go in the house and dad pull out brand new ribs out the oven, smoking and pouring on the special barbecue sauce, and you like,
damn.
I just told myself I was gonna stop, and you was gonna tempt me this hard. Like, I guess I have a cheat day, but
that's how I feel with the macaroni and cheese.
The bacon in it.
Yeah. I was like if I ever have to do a potluck, or if I want to make food for friends or something at some point, it's just like, okay, I don't eat pork anymore, but part of the whole recipe is
bacon.
Cook the bacon, put the bacon grease in the macaroni, and then cut the bacon up, and then put that in the macaroni.
Man, you know how hard it is not to lick your fingers in that whole process.
Especially when that smells flat for you.
Man, because it's not just a pan of bacon. It's like the whole pack of bacon. Like, how much bacon can you cook at this one time? We gonna put all that in the pan. So no, I truly feel you, bro.
Yeah.
For me, I think learning that I don't always have to have control over every situation or scenario I'm in, and learning
powerful.
to trust the people that trust me.
Powerful.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like since I've been with Will, he's pointed out so many times, like you don't have to take control of this situation right here and now. Like, I got it. Like, you just need to trust that, like, I'm gonna lead us in the right way.
You gonna do it, yeah.
Exactly. And I'm still in the process of learning that, but he, like, will call me out on it, and it's just learning that, like, okay, like, he has my back. There are other people who have my back. I need to let go, and I need to,
Right. You a fire sign?
No, I'm water.
Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we had the same issue. Like I had the issue at work all the time, where it's like, I know it's not my job today. I know somebody else is gonna do it.
Yeah.
But then decide I'm sitting there and it's sitting there still, and it's like, somebody please grab this.
Yeah.
And then it's on the inside. I start boiling. I'm like, I just want to grab it and just get it going because it should be done already. But it's not my job today, so let me trust that somebody else is gonna actually do their work.
Yeah. Or learning that, like, when we make plans to do something, whether it's like, even for like work, when I make a plan, it's okay if it doesn't go exactly how I have it in my head. Like, I will literally give myself anxiety because I'll be like, okay, we're doing this, I have all these things that I want to do before this time, and like, if I'm not doing it the way that I want to do it, I get like irritated, and I'm like annoyed, and then I'm anxious, and then it's like, it ruins my whole vibe. And like, I'm learning recently that, like, I need to let go. Like, I need to, do what I can to, like, make that happen, and to obviously have the best vibe that I can. But if that doesn't happen the way that I want it to, let it go and just roll with the flow.
It.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're speaking to the choir right now.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because like, it's interesting being in. I'm glad I have the opportunity to be in the position of management, especially the way I do since I'm running my old building. But it's like, it's hard for me to designate tasks and allow other people to do some of the work, so I'm not taking on the whole workload, because like at some point I have to balance, okay, it's a lot of work. I could do it, but I'm gonna stress myself out. But then I also have a struggle just handing off that task to them. And then because I feel bad for putting that burden, because I know I'm capable of doing it, but to make it easier for everybody else, and then they're also in the position to where like they want to help me. So let them help me out. And then also talking to shout out Alondra, best friend. When we have conversations and stuff like that, it's like we tell each other like, yo, it's not your problem though. It's like, let it be. Just let it be. You don't have to fix them. It's not your job to do that. Just let it go.
Yeah. No, and that's real, because, I like you said, shout out Adam from Adam Mentors. He gave me the human design chart reading on my birthday. And, it was something that he said in there. It was like real. He was like, because I have the problem of I feel I have to say something. Definitely when something gets brought up, I feel I have to say something at the time. And he's like, there are people in the world that truly have to do that. Like, literally, if they don't say something, they get sick. You know what I'm saying? They have to get that off their chest. But it's like, you seem like you're one that, at the moment, you feel like you want to say something, but once you let it go, you forget what you had to say.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And that's like one of my hardest choices I deal with, of me feeling I have to say something, but having to bite my tongue at the time because I feel like, sorry, it's not the right time to be said,
Yeah.
So that's something I've really been practicing, you know what I'm saying? That choice of, it's not my battle, I don't need to jump into it, you know what I'm saying? It's not my job for the day, I don't need to jump into it, They said they're going to do it, let them do it, don't take full power control. Or me, I'm an Aries, I get impatient. You know what I'm saying? I want shit done right now. You know what I'm saying? If you said you on, like, for real talk, you say you was on the way, bro. I was like, about 30 minutes. I was like, man, where are these dudes at? It don't take no longer than 30 minutes to get here. They should have been here by now.
Yeah.
But then I had to let it go. It ain't that big deal. I know you're on the way, but I started boiling a little bit. Like, okay, he said he was on the way. That was 40 minutes ago. I played 2 more games of Apex. He ain't here yet. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
He should have been here. So no, I truly feel you. Guys. So I'm going to lead to one of my last questions for the day then. I think this question will actually be a good one to leave on light note. So, earlier we discussed the idea we make a choice at the time, and we thought it was a good choice. It turned out to be a bad choice. So I want to talk about the reverse of that. A choice that you thought you made probably a bad choice, but it turned out to be a blessing on the inside or in the long run.
I mean, I feel like everybody can kind of relate to this, but like, choosing to leave a partner.
Deep.
That shit hurts.
Yeah.
And especially depending on the nature of the relationship, like, I don't want to do that. That's a hard decision to make, but actually following through and trusting it and trusting the process and following through with it, not getting tempted, doing things to eliminate the temptation in the first place.
Right.
And just get myself out of that situation. Like, it allows yourself to grow and fruit, and you're allowed to have the space to trim all the things that need to happen. One of the things before that end was making that decision to just do what I want to do and do the things for myself. And for me, it kind of eliminated a lot of the possible variables that, whatever in my mind, I'm not going to try to think about it that hard, but like, okay, am I really doing something wrong? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, let me just focus on what I know is right for me.
Right.
Let me start going to the gym, and me and Gerald just hit 6 months, 7 months straight for going every weekend.
Good job.
Working on music, starting the album, trying to finish the album. Actually saying, no, I don't want to hang out with you tonight. I want to chill by myself and go to sleep in my own bed for once, and things like that. And then it just creates like a level of independence and confidence, a sense of security that I'm continuing to grow within myself now. And yeah, it sucks that I had to make that decision, but it turned out to be a very good decision. And I'm just enjoying the fruits of that difficult choice that I had to make.
Right, exactly. And it sounded like a scary choice at the time. If I leave this person, I'm never gonna be loved again. Or should they gonna run my name through the dirt or something like that? Let me not leave this person and sit here. But it seemed like a tough choice, a bad choice at the time, but it turned out to be a better one. So I love it. I think that's beautiful. Beautiful. What about you, Bre?
I would just say, kind of going off of what Donovan said, learning that it's not wrong for you to put yourself first.
Yeah.
Like, that is something that I struggle with because I work with autistic children, and I'm in the human services field. Like I've always loved giving to people. Like that is the one thing that I think I was put on this planet to do, is to just give.
Right.
I want to help. I want to change the world, even in like the smallest aspect that I can. I want to make that change, but I need to realize, and I'm starting to realize, that I'm not a bad person if I put put myself first, or like people who think like, oh, like you spend too much time with like your boyfriend and your boyfriend's friends. Like, I want to do that.
Right.
That does, just because you don't like the choices that I'm making, that doesn't make me a bad person.
Exactly.
I think it's making me a better person, and that's why I'm gonna continue to do it.
Right.
So I need to realize that like the moment that I'm in and the decisions that I choose to put myself first, those aren't wrong, because I'm looking out for me,
right,
for once or a few times, you know.
Right. Because how do you give to everybody else if your well's empty?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's
so true.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And you know what? I hate to say that I have the same mindset, but yeah, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The idea that I put myself first, and I think one of the other biggest things for me is the idea of holding strong to my no. You know, because I think that's a real big thing. You know, so I'm just gonna share a story with you guys and let me see what you guys think about it. Dom, you experienced it with me, so so pretty much my birthday passed last week, and originally I didn't have nothing planned. I didn't want to plan nothing. I didn't want to do nothing. I kind of just want to take the peace for myself to really do what I need to do. You know, give me some dinner, clean the house up, do whatever I wanted to do. You know, just relax. And my father was like, let's do a party, or, you know, barbecue in my house. I'm like, okay, cool, it does sound fun. And originally I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna do it all. But then it kind of turned out into, well, you know, you gotta invite people and get the menu together and all that stuff. And I was like, nah, that felt the anxiety, and I was like, nah, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Then let's just cancel the whole event. So somehow I still got talked over to going to his house on that Saturday to get some food. You know, I should have known it was a trick right there. But anyway, I went there, you know, go get some food. The food wasn't ready, of course. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, you know, let me get out of here then before, you know, they think I'm here to party. You know, because I'm not here to party. I'm just here to have fun or whatever. So then all of a sudden, everybody shows up, of course, for the food ready. Everybody shows up. And then it's kind of like there was little things coming on saying, oh, well, you're already here. You might as well turn up. You might as well get a drink. You might as well. But in my mind, I'm like,
you don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I said no. I asked for this not to happen. And you guys are trying to force this upon me. And, you know, it sucks I have to say no and walk away from this right now. But at the same time, I have to stay true to myself. I truly don't want to do this. It doesn't feel right to me because I told another half of my family that we're not doing anything. So their whole half is not going to be. So it was just kind of like I felt like I was cheating myself if I would have did that.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like more of those. It was something really like, I hate it. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but, you know, for me personally, this is not what I want. And, you know, and for a while I drove off like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. You know, I was wrong. I should stay. But then it was like, something was weird. When I got home, I just found peace. And it was just like, I'm glad I didn't do that just now.
Yeah.
You did it for you.
I did it for me, exactly. And I felt that. And it really felt like it was good for me to do that.
And that's literally the perfect example of, you know, holding that boundary.
Yes, holding the boundary up,
You
you
held
know.
that boundary, and it showed, you know, when you got back and you reflected on how you felt, that like, hey, that was, you know what, I don't really care if anybody thinks that it was the wrong decision, it was the right decision for me, and that's...
And then I think what made it feel better was it was like nobody beat me up over it either. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no whiplash to that saying, oh, why didn't you, you know?
I was gonna say, like, from my end, because when you canceled it the first time over text, like, I was asking, well, why did you do that? Blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I know he's been going through what he's been going through recently, and he just wants to chill by himself. I honestly don't know, but it didn't matter to me. That's what you wanted to do, and then after you left, nobody really said anything, like other than just like the blowing out the candles earlier or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably petty. But,
but I mean, other than that, it was just like, hey, he didn't want to do it. Why are we trying to
force him to do it?
So
and I think it's also important to just state that, like, once you get to a certain age or like stage in your your life, you have to realize that we're all grown.
Right.
Okay? We're all grown. We all have the capability of making our own choices, and you choose to involve yourself and get upset about another person's decision. That's your choice.
That's your choice to get mad, exactly.
Right, but like, why are you gonna do that? Like, you can't control what other people choose to do. Like, just talking from like another person's perspective, you can't control what anybody else does.
Right.
Focus on you. Focus on what you gotta do. Focus on your emotions, and
Amen.
it is what it is.
Yes. No, and real talk, I'll say it all the time. You control your thoughts, actions, reactions. That's truly all you control in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. So, before we wrap up real quick, Mr. Will, while we were having our pizza break, you were dropping some knowledge that I would love for you to share, even if it's on like 2 seconds worth. I would love for you to share real quick, brother.
Putting him on the spot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for this, man. But like, it was so deep, and I was like, I wish we were recording right now. But yeah, you had a great topic, a great logic about choices. I think will end it perfectly.
I mean, I feel like I just observe things, and that's just how I roll through life. And that's why I'm just here to like observe this whole podcast, even though I haven't been talking. Like, I'm still a part of it, and that's just kind of how I've always treated life. Like, not really any social media, not out there like that. I just truly enjoy life. I don't need like pictures. Like yes, there's memories with it, but all the memories are in here.
Inside the heart. Yeah.
Even if you forget it, it's still a part of your soul, and you went through that.
Yeah.
That's literally how I always gone through life. So when it comes to choices, I don't think I've really made any bad choices. Just because I think you learn a lot from your bad choices than your good choices, because that brings you to who you are.
Exactly.
Now you know what you don't want.
Is that bad?
That's not
bad at all.
And that's not necessarily bad. Yeah.
And that's the positive mindset about everything that you do. Yeah.
Exactly. That's looking at everything as a seed opportunity somewhere.
So like, when you can focus on both things and just take things as like one choice, not bad or good, it just makes life so much easier. You don't, anything you decide on, it's a good choice to you. It's your choice.
It's your choice.
Especially within that moment, and then you can just redirect afterwards depending on whatever happened. And even then, it's just, when you're still alive at least.
We're still enjoying the life we were given.
Yes. No, I love it, man. I think that's like key. Love your choice. Whether maybe it was bad, maybe it was good, maybe it was the best choice you ever made, the worst choice, but
make your choices with confidence.
Yes, own your choice. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, Will.
Yeah, deep Will. Thank you. Man, a few words, but man, he just blew it up in this bad boy. Man, that's the gamer Will. I'm sure he only needs a clip to kill a whole team. You know what I'm saying? One magazine, he going through the whole thing. No reloads needed.
Well, I didn't pick up that light ammo.
Don't
gonna use whatever I have.
Don't let your opponents figure you out. Always shake things up, even if it makes you uncomfortable.
It reminds me of what Granddad said, or always likes to say. This up here, don't let anybody get in.
Yes, don't let anybody get in your head.
And I'll give an example of that. Like, I'm very reserved. Like when we go out, I don't really dance. Like I'm not like Bre and Donovan.
They're
going in right when they get in.
Right.
They're going in.
Always.
And I've like never like taken dance classes or any of that shit. So like one rave in particular, like I think this was like the second rave with me, Bre, Donovan.
Was it company or
company?
Wooly?
No, it was
Wooly.
Wooly.
Yeah.
Wooly.
And I was just like, okay, I'm fucking with it. And I just went completely in.
This is the most active I've ever seen Will, except on Rocket League, bro. Like he went in, dog. He went in.
And the thing is, I don't really know how to dance, but like I said, I've always been that observed person. Like I've always been like, I always learn from everything around me.
Right.
So just because like Donovan dances, I'll see how he dances, I'll see how he moves, and then I'll just like observe the way I want to do it and make it my own way.
Yeah,
That's the key.
And then that's how I presented it at Wooly.
I'm telling you, bro. Still, Wooly, Sullivan King was lit. But Wooly had a different type of energy, bro. And it was in a small ass, it was at the Hard Rock small ass.
Yeah, the worst venue.
Worst venue. But everybody was going in, bro.
Lovely, huh?
Everybody was going in.
Yeah, it was dope.
There was this other couple. I'm not even gonna get into it. That was just.
That's beautiful, though.
It was a lit rave. I'm glad Will joined in on that energy too because it was live.
That's tight, man. I love it, man. I love it.
Y'all gave me no other choice.
Yes, Will. I appreciate you sharing that for it, brother, man. I'm glad you got to jump in. I had to make sure we got your voice on. You're too deep, you know what I'm saying? You're too deep just to be sitting back here like Professor X's. Looking at us. I had to get you jumped in, man. But
and I've never really used to be like that. Like I would say, like a year ago compared to now, particularly for Donovan, he probably has seen like the huge changes that came.
Yeah, you definitely. I don't know. It's like you mellowed out, came into yourself, but you're still being authentic and growing within the same degree. Like I think, especially since Bre came in, like I can't express the words. I can't express the words. Y'all good together. Y'all good together.
Thanks, we know.
I appreciate that.
It's because of her, though.
Huh?
It's because of her.
So you nigga don't count yourself out.
I never count myself out.
Remember, Donovan, we are one.
Okay, fair.
But that just like represents who I am. Like I'll give her all the credit, even though I know at a subconscious level that I may help her out more than she helps me out. But just sharing that confidence with her, like sharing that, like
you have to share it, bro.
you know, that she does me better than I do her better. Just helps her
feel good.
You know, prepare herself mentally through life.
Right.
But
That's beautiful.
But I'm consciously awake that I can follow my thoughts and patterns and rise up while I'm rising her up with me.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean,
that's a team.
Yeah, that's a team.
That's a team right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a true team right there. And you're not holding each other back. You guys are pushing each other forward. So
Absolutely.
I found that beautiful, man.
I feel like that's the golden ratio.
Yes.
Literally 1-to-1.
Yes. Love it, man. I love it. So before we wrap it up, you know, this whole conversation about choices, definitely what Will said, kind of brought this story to my mind. I'm not sure if you guys have heard it before, but I think it's a story called We'll See. We're gonna call it We'll See. Not Will, but we will see. So anyway, though, there's a farmer in like a small town, a small little village, and one day a wild horse wanders on his property. And when the horse wanders to his property, the farmer's able to grab it and put it into a stable. So then everybody from the village comes by like, oh my God, you're so lucky, you got a brand new horse. And the farmer's like, we'll see. So then 2 weeks later, the farmer's son goes to try to ride the horse, falls off the horse, breaks his leg. And then the whole village comes up to him, oh man, that sucks, your son broke his leg, I can't believe that happened. And he's like, oh, we'll see. So then 2 weeks later, the village goes to war, and all the sons have to go to war, but the son with the broken leg. So then he goes, so everybody comes, oh, you must be so lucky, your son doesn't get to go to war. He's like, oh, we'll see. Turns out, all the sons that went to war end up beating the army, which was a very, very rich army, so they come back with freaking wagons full of gold. And only the sons that went to war fought get to keep the gold. And then they come to the farmer like, oh, you know, it sucks you guys didn't get no gold because your son couldn't fight. And he's like, we'll see. Come to find out the gold is cursed. You know, but you get what I'm saying though, right? So it's like, it's always like a we'll see, as in, yeah, you never know what the decision is going to happen, what's going to happen with this decision right now. We'll see what comes with it, but let's not overthink it. Let's just take advantage of whatever it is right now. You know?
Roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches, because you never know. What you think could be a blessing could turn out to be a curse, and what you think was a curse can turn out to be a blessing. So like, let's not overthink it. Let's just make the choice how you said it. Just enjoy the experience and being right now. You know. So I think that right there that's a good way to probably wrap it up right there.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So last question for everybody: where are you still swimming to when it comes to your choices? And me, my thing is nice and simple. Just trust myself when I make them. Just trust myself, trust the spirit, trust my gut. And, you know, after I make it, don't rethink it. Just run with it.
I'll probably say the same, honestly. Just learning to trust my gut and figuring out what it's saying to me, and then just rolling with it and stepping out my comfort zone within the same regard. Yeah. Just for better growth, better experiences, better lessons.
Right.
That comes with it. So.
Make the good choice.
Yeah.
The better choice. There's always a good choice and a better choice. Make the better choice.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm always going to be swimming towards the better me. Even if that's challenging or, you know, harder than the position that I'm in right now, always keep going in that direction of, you know, like, I need to do this to better me.
Right.
My life or my situation. Or
also stay consistent with that too.
Yeah.
Hey man, I love it. Will?
For me, so for me, it's just intellect and knowing. Just knowing the fact that life is gonna throw challenges and curveballs, and no matter what choice you make, you're gonna rise above it because everyone has their own life path, but your challenges were meant for you.
Hey man.
Yeah,
we gonna count that as a quote too.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own life path, but your challenges are made specifically for you.
Yeah.
So I love that. Yes, that was beautiful. That's beautiful.
You need to ask the question for the quote.
Yeah, they don't need to ask a question for the quote. So yes, Will, I appreciate you for that, man. You know, your little 5 minutes of shine has been fire. You just turned the heat up right away, and then said, "I'm gone."
He said, "I'm out."
I'm out. Yes, peace out. Yes. So, yes, Bre, Will, I just want to say I appreciate you guys for joining with us today. Thank you for being on today's episode. Thank you guys for sharing everything you shared. You dropped some knowledge. I'm sure somebody connected with you guys for sure. And if you guys didn't teach anything to anybody, you taught me something. So I just want to say I thank you and I appreciate you guys for being here.
We thank you too.
Thank you again for coming, you guys.
Thanks,
Random. Y'all, usually I give my guests a week notice. Y'all had about 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that.
Yeah. I was all over a phone call talking about a whole different other topic. And it turned into a beautiful masterpiece.
Yeah, it turned into a masterpiece. So just go with the flow. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yes. Bros, I appreciate you, man. Any updates on the project, dog?
Which project? Oh,
I don't know, whatever you got. You got thousands of projects.
I'm trying to have it out by the end of this month, but it's just still trying to figure out the vibe of the story that I'm trying to tailor to the end that's already made.
Okay.
So it may be 1 or 2 more tracks, and then I also know that I'm just getting more busy in general. I still have my job. I still have I still have the job. I still have the podcast, and I'm about to get like
another engineering job.
Yeah, audio engineering job, which will take more of my time, having to network and do all these other things, which come with more experiences. I'm glad to do it, but again, as Gerald said to me, it's my album. Right. This is for me at the end of the day, so I'm gonna take it at my own pace and not rush it because I want to give myself something for all that I went through.
Yeah, I say don't rush your masterpiece at all. That's the last thing you want to do. So beautiful. No,
at least by the end of the year, I did write that in my notebook though. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's good. No, that sounds like you're on the right path, bro. Salute you on everything, and yeah, keep swimming for sure.
Thank you.
Also, make sure you guys check out Antara Jones. Check out her website, Piece of Prana. Prana, Piece of Prana. So piece of prana.com. Antara Jones. Go get read today. Go learn something new. She will help you grow. She will teach you something new, something you need to learn about yourself. So please go check her out. Peace of Prana. So everybody out there listening today, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Any questions, comments, concern, make sure to hit us up on Facebook, on IG, or you can send an email to jkspodcast702@gmail.com. Be on the lookout for more great episodes to come. You already know. This episode was amazing. Our best episode yet. But our next week's episode is going to be better than this one. So please, be prepared for it. And I hope you guys all had a wonderful day, a splendid evening, a blissful afternoon. And remember, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Y'all can say it.
Ayo.
Ayo. Ayo.
Say it. Huh?
He said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just keep swimming.
There we go.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
There we go. Just keep swimming.
Ayo.
Put the war cry.
Put the war cry.
Okay. All right.
The war cry?
I don't think I've ever showed you the war cry.
What's your war cry?
I'll try to minimize it.
The neighbors are gonna be mad, but fuck
it. Fuck it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to turn the volume down.
I was gonna say, listeners, prepare yourself.
All right.
You've been warned.
Right.
Caution. Viewer discretion applies.
Powerful.
We supposed to hit it with the. Yeah, you gotta hit with that.
So, am I may have to make a song out of this shit?
Yeah, hold on. I have a name for your war cry, by the way.
What is it?
The breath of Iroh.
The breath for Iroh. Ah, I like that. Yeah, man. No, man, you got a name for it now. What's that?
Cut.